Alrighty, good evening everyone. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here with Southern Indiana weather. Quick forecast update here for you. It is 10:57 p.m. Eastern Time, sort of burning the midnight oil here. Happy Mother's Day, first of all, to all you mothers out there. Appreciate you logging on here to Southern Indiana weather tonight. We got some storms rolling through the area now. Nothing severe for us. In fact, there was some severe storms out to our west, but line is significantly weakened as it moves through. But we do have some storms and a chance for some severe weather tomorrow, which I want to talk about just very briefly. We're sponsored tonight by Welps Farm and Greenhouse. Visit them on the web, welpsfarmandgreenhouse.com, for all your gardening needs: annuals, perennials, herbs, vegetables, trees, shrubs, you name it, folks. If you need clover seed, lawn seed for your garden, fescue, lespedeza, straw, you name it, give them a call, 326-2709. Visit them on the web, welpsfarmandgreenhouse.com, located right around Birdseye, Indiana. Be sure to tell them Southern Indiana weather sent you. All right, future radar here overnight. Let me just preface this and say that future radar has just been lousy the past couple of days. Has not been handling this very well. In fact, here's future radar for where we should be at right now at 11 o'clock at night. And do you notice the absence of anything over Southern Indiana? Just go back here and put the radar stopped, and you see it's completely missing this complex that's going in. There's the complex of storms, though, down to our southwest there around Texas and Arkansas. And you can see it's not got those positioned right here either. But keep that in mind as I put this in motion. It does develop those, and tomorrow afternoon it kind of pushes that over here towards our way, so that by the time we go throughout the day, we develop what could be a little bit of a line to our west that starts to really develop, I guess, more intensity right over us. In fact, by tomorrow afternoon, could be some pretty individual cells pretty strong here in this pocket. But again, keep this in mind. This would be about 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon if this future radar is right. Bottom line is, future radar hasn't been right all day. It's definitely dead wrong for where we are at right now. So we take this with a huge grain of salt. That's the high resolution NAM. Regular NAM would take a line out to our west here at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and then roll that through the early afternoon hours, and have that sweep through by the time dinner would come tomorrow night. So the question is, well, we're not going to get into specifics as far as future radar goes, because we know future radar has been sucky. So let's just talk about if whatever storms roll through our area, could it be severe? Well, it's really the difference between the models is pretty significant. Let me show you the CAPE product first. This is instability in the atmosphere, convective available potential energy, just a measure of how juicy the atmosphere is, so to speak. Can we fire? Do we have enough energy to fire severe storms? High-res NAM here, actually it's not the high-res NAM, it's just regular NAM here. But the regular NAM here, takes us a pretty significant amount of instability tomorrow afternoon. 2,000 plus joules per kilogram of instability around the area. That's pretty significant. GFS, on the other hand, no. You notice the coloring here is a whole lot less. We're talking maybe 600 to 1,200 joules per kilogram at most. That's way, way, way less than the NAM is. So the difference in between the two modeling is pretty significant here, really. Wind energy with the NAM, by the way, is about the same as the GFS, just a little bit more on the NAM. But here's the GFS, and you can see a low-level jet over us tomorrow afternoon, about 40 knots plus, maybe up to 50 knots in some pockets. So there will be a little bit of instability, and there will be some decent wind energy towards the low levels of the atmosphere. So again, would this be enough to constitute severe weather? Well, very possibly. Storm Prediction Center has placed us in a slight risk for severe weather. If you followed some of my updates earlier in the day, it was an enhanced risk for tomorrow, and they've lowered it to a slight risk. I don't think it's an enhanced risk. If they put it in, they can put it in, but I don't see any reason for it to be an enhanced risk. Slight risk at most tomorrow. I think a slight risk is justified. Depends on how cloudy we stay tomorrow, folks. If we stay cloudy all day and we get morning rain come in, it's just going to pretty much kill severe weather chances that afternoon and make it a very isolated threat. If we get some sunshine in the morning and we don't have storms until the afternoon starting to roll in, yeah, we could get a little bit more instability in the atmosphere, and with the strong winds, we could see a few warnings, fire along the line. So either way, the main threat is going to be damaging straight line winds and hail. Tornadoes, while they can't be ruled out, the threat is a lot lower there. So not a huge risk tomorrow by any means, but of course I'll be here monitoring it tomorrow afternoon as things fire. We'll keep an eye on it, folks, and of course keep it tuned here to Southern Indiana Weather. I'll have an update again in the morning. 10-day forecast otherwise, go to southernindianaweather.com. Low 80s again tomorrow, folks, but look at this. Once the cold front moves through, we're back down into the 70s for at least a few days before we return to a warming trend again. So that's sort of the general gist of it. Folks, I'll have another update early tomorrow morning for you. I'm meteorologist Michael Wilhite. Have a great night.